Here we are at the start of a new series of video that I am bringing to you. A new series of video where I look at an actor and I give you my top 5 favourite films from that particular actor. Credit for this can't be given to me. Let's get into the video. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome to this new review of the latest Spider-Man offering from Sony, Across the Spider-Verse. So welcome back to the channel, everyone, and yes, actors and films, and my favourite films of particular actors. Now, this is thanks to Scott McKay. Scott McKay messaged me, and he's given me a load of wonderful ideas for videos. And I thought I will jump straight onto this one for him. It makes sense. He said to me, why don't you do a video series on particular actors and your top 5 favourite films, performances, whatever it may be. And I thought, do you know what? I know people have done that before. Why haven't I thought of doing that? I don't know. So credit can't go to me for this one. So Scott, thank you very much. And what I said to Scott is, I'll tell you what I'll do. You tell me what actor you would like me to do in the very first episode. And Scott came back with Keanu Reeves. So here we are with Keanu Reeves and my top 5 favourite movies of his. Now, it's quite a difficult list in a sense because obviously you've got 4 John Wick movies. Right, so what am I going to do? Say John Wick 1, John Wick 2, John Wick 3, John Wick 4. So no, what I've tried to do here is I've taken the John Wicks as one. I've taken, you know, any franchise movies as a one, you know, one of the answers, so to speak. So I've taken one movie from a particular franchise and chosen that one to be on the list. Because, do you know what I mean? People would say, oh, John Wick 1, John Wick 2, John Wick 3, John Wick 4. That's too easy. So I've had to look through Keanu Reeves' filmography and have a look at what he's done, what I've seen, and what I would choose. Now, interestingly, Keanu Reeves started in 1984 in a TV series, 1 episode. And between then and now, 2023, with John Wick Chapter 4, he's done 106 different movies. Now, Scott, like I said, chose Keanu Reeves. Now, Keanu Reeves, come on, let's be honest now. He's a fabulous guy. Really, you know, he's great in real life. Comes across as really friendly, a fantastic person. Rides a subway, talks with tramps, you know, spends time with people like that. Just a normal, down-to-earth fella. And that makes him really, you ingratiate towards him for that particular reason. However, he's not the best of actors, is he? Come on, he hasn't got much range. Let's be honest, he hasn't. So that made this somewhat difficult to do. Because although I like some of his films, he's not the best in them. So I've got 5 films for you. Now, if you've got an actor that you would like me to do, put it down in the comments below. Tell me what actor or actress, you know, and I'll go through their stuff and I'll give you a top 5 of my favourite films of that particular person. Now, if you want, let me know again in the comments down below. Shall I do this as a poll? Shall I pick 3 actors, do it as a poll, and then you choose in a poll which actor I do for the next episode? Yes, we can make this every 2 weeks or something like that. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into Keanu Reeves and those top 5 performances, or those top 5 favourite films, because his performances don't really vary very much. But there we go. So, number 5, 5th spot here, and I've got to give it to the character of Kevin Lennox, 1997, Devil's Advocate. Devil's Advocate, yes, with Al Pacino. And it also stars the lovely, what's her face, Charlize Theron. You can't go wrong. And this is a film about a lawyer, a Jersey lawyer, I believe he is, and he gets the offer to go and work for this big company fronted by Al Pacino. There's some other stuff, obviously, that goes on that I won't spoil if you haven't seen the film. Now, it's a recent film for me. I hadn't seen this back in the day. I knew the sort of twist at the end, but I probably saw this in the past 2 years because I'd never bothered before. And you know what? I came away thinking this is a fantastic movie. I really like this movie. Now I will say, no, I will come to some sort of honourable mentions at the end. That what this sort of tipped out, what other titles came to mind that I would have chosen, and there was one that I had on the list above this, but then I took that one off and put this one in 5th spot. Now I'm going to jump to 4th spot here, and this may very well surprise some people. It's The Matrix, the first Matrix film. First Matrix film was a groundbreaking movie. It looked fantastic. It was an exciting film. Keanu Reeves was great in it. A great franchise series for Keanu, although they dipped in quality as they went along. Obviously, he played the character Neo, and this film came out in the year of 1999. Yes, that long ago. And it brought us bullet time. I don't believe it was the first use of bullet time, or was it? I don't know. That's up for speculation. But the film looked great. It was a very good film. However, I don't believe it's as good as what most people make out. I don't think it's that good a film, you know, that everyone wrote home about and thought, you know, wow, this is fantastic, this is brilliant, this is the best thing since sliced bread. I don't believe that about the film at all. So much so, the 4th one, although it is on this box set, this box set actually came from, I don't know, it was a foreign market, foreign area, region, and it was cheap for all 4. It was a sort of no-brainer to get them in 4K, the other 3 anyway. It was cheaper than buying them individually, most definitely. Yeah, it was less than, I think about 25 quid that was. But anyway, that aside, The Matrix. So Matrix goes there with Neo. Like I said, I think it's a film that is regarded a lot higher by a lot of other people than myself. So then we drop down to number 3, and a film from 1991. Yes. Do you know what it is? Ted Theodore Logan. Ted Theodore Logan. Bill and Ted. But not Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. The second film in the trilogy of Bill and Ted movies. This film is fantastic. I love this film. I think that Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters are fantastic in these roles. It was very typecast of Keanu Reeves, this. It was very difficult for him to get out of this mould, this Ted. He was so well known for it. That's what people saw him as. But I think this film tops the first film. It's so different in what it done. It could have gone into it and given you Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure again, like a rehash of that, but it didn't. It done something completely different with it. It's got quite dark tones. Some of the aesthetics in the film are weird, are strange. You know, the giant bunny and things like this, and the house, and the grandma, and which is Alex Winters, and the you know, the army sergeant when they're in that, and then you've got death in the film. You're introduced to death, so that is a fantastic, fantastic movie, and you know, I love it. I love it. So much so that I'm wondering whether it should fall higher on this list. Yes, I will say. So then we get down to number 2 spot, and again, it's probably going to surprise some people because you might have thought this would be number 1. John Wick. John Wick. I'm going to say chapter 1, the very first one, just John Wick. It was more of a simplistic film, more of a simplistic storytelling, you know, that sort of revenge story, the dog being killed. The dog's essentially a metaphor for his wife in the film. But, you know, hats off to Keanu Reeves. This is his best franchise, hands down. I will say that. They're beautiful to watch. They really are. The choreography in it is second to none. I mean, you know, when you watch dancers are fantastic with some of their choreography, and to be able to dance does help with the ability to be able to fight and do these fight scenes in these sort of films. And it's mesmerising to watch. That being said, as good as these films are, and I do think they're very good, the narrative I get a bit bored with the narrative of them. I honestly do, because it's just fight after fight after fight after fight after fight. The first one was a bit less in that, but you know, as they went on, it becomes a bit sort of tedious. It's like I'm watching rinse and repeat on scenes over and over and over and over. I enjoyed John Wick 4 immensely. However, I do think it was overly long. I do feel that it could have done with being a lot shorter. And I was getting a bit antsy while watching it. And on the second watch, I didn't get through it. But Keanu Reeves, certainly his best franchise. Again, his performance in it is Keanu Reeves. He's great in it as himself doing what he does, but there's not a lot of range from him in anything that he does. So let's drop down to that #1 spot, and a film from 1994. And you know what it's going to be. You know, of course, it's none other than Jack Traven in Speed. What's his name? Is it Traven? Yeah, I think it is anyway. That sounds wrong, but I might be getting his name wrong. But anyway, so Dennis Hopper, Sandra Bullock, Speed, Die Hard on a Bus. I remember when I first heard about this film, I was like, oh, it just sounds stupid. Sounds like, you know, why don't I watch a film called Speed? You know, it's a drug. That's what my mind went straight to, drug, speed. But when I saw it, I was blown away. And to this day, that film stands as my favourite all-time Keanu Reeves movie. It's suspenseful, it's exciting from beginning to end. He's surrounded by some fantastic actors in the form of Dennis Hopper, Sandra Bullock, and Jeff Daniels, Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, and they help lift him up. Now, in some scenes, he does still come across as the sort of Ted Theodore Logan, you know, sort of, whoa, dude, sort of a thing about him. But the concept of the film is so big that it overpowers that, and you're given a fantastic action movie directed by Jean de Bont, that still stands up today, is exciting, fantastic, fresh. Even though it's a Die Hard rip-off, it's just a solid film. So there we go. There's the 5 movies that I have picked for you for as my favourite Keanu Reeves movies. All 5 of them. That one film that I spoke of that almost made it, but was topped out by Devil's Advocate, was Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yes, with Gary Oldman. I loved Bram Stoker's Dracula. Aesthetically, narratively, Keanu Reeves doesn't give a very good performance in it, I will say that. But for the film, I really enjoyed the film. And you're probably wondering why I didn't choose Constantine, whatever you want to call it, based on the DC comic character, being the big comic book buffer that I am. It's because Keanu Reeves was sorely miscast as that character. He was, and I do find that a somewhat difficult watch, especially when you have a fantastic TV series that came of Constantine, and that character spinning off into the Flash universe that I can see no one else as Constantine but he who done it in that, whose name eludes me at this moment in time. But there we have it. There we have 5 Keanu Reeves movies for you. My top 5 favourite Keanu Reeves movies. Devil's Advocate, The Matrix, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, John Wick 1, and Speed as #1 from 1994. Now, down below in the comments, I invite you to drop me down below your 5 favourite Keanu Reeves films without going John Wick 1, John Wick 2, John Wick 3, John Wick 4. Think about it a bit, and give me some answers down below. Also, any actors that you would like to see me, actors, actresses that you want to see me do in upcoming episodes of this, and do you want me to do it as a poll like what I do with my unwatched movies and my Defending a Dud? Again, let me know down below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, then do so. Please do so. It helps. It helps the channel. The growth helps the channel. Thumbs up always helps. Also, ring that bell, because then you'll keep apprised of my upcoming content, and you'll know when these polls drop. And I'll see what people say, and I'll choose 3 or 4 different actors, and you tell me who you want me to do next. This is AJ, and I shall see you on the next one, or before that, if you're lucky. See you later all, and take care.